let's talk about one of the most anticipated shows of the year 2019, The Mandalorian.
El Mando.
El Mando.
El Mando. Episodes 1, 2, and 3. It's only ones that are out at the time of this recording.
Yeah, the only one's out.
What are
So,
your
Devin,
first impressions, Wade? What are your?
I was gonna ask you for yours. You fuck.
Beat you to it again.
God damn it.
What do you think?
I think the first 2 episodes, I like the tone of the show. I think the music is absolutely fantastic. I like that kind of like weird horn score that he has where it's like wah, wah, wah. That's fucking so cool. I think that's badass. And I love the tone. I love how everything's kind of dark and gross. And like everything's just kind of like everyone's shitty and it's all like ugh, and disgusting or whatever. Like that's cool. It's like we've never really seen like a gross like environment in Star Wars and shit.
Which makes sense for the time period it takes.
Yeah.
It makes
It's fucking really cool. I love all the practical stuff. The armor looks great. It's cool seeing like practical stormtroopers and they're all like dirty and fucked up. Like that looks cool. I like Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian. I think he does a really good job of emoting without actually showing his face because he never takes the fucking mask off.
It's really hard to do. So
yeah, and he does a really good job of it. And I like the character of the Mandalorian. I think they did a good job in the first episode, kind of establishing that he's not like a complete badass. He kind of fucks up sometimes.
Like good enough to be able to do stuff.
Yeah, he's good enough. That's about it. Like there, like when that thing attacked his ship in like a normal like movie or TV show where you have like if this was John Wick, he would have got out and like karate chopped the fucking squid, like did something cool. He just grabbed his taser and just was like, bzz, and then it fell off. And I was like, that's really cool.
I think it makes more sense because it's like, all right, let's do this simple.
Yeah, he's just I don't want to fucking deal with this. Just tase it. Like that's fucking cool.
I guess spoiler warning. I don't know if we'll just talk about spoilers.
We'll talk about spoilers. If you're watching this, you should fucking watch The Mandalorian anyway.
I was gonna say all these are out on Disney Plus.
Yeah, go watch them.
Go watch it, or you could probably pirate it and watch it still. But
yeah, probably.
But my biggest issue with the show is that nobody has fucking names. I don't know anybody's name in this.
Yeah, I know they call the Mandalorian. They call him Mando.
Yeah,
for short.
That's not his name.
That's not his name. Apparently, he does have a name. Because I think Mr. Sunday Movies, he did a video on the Mandalorian, and I think in like one of the Wikipedia things, he has a name or whatever. It's never said in the show. It probably will at some point, but not now.
Anybody's name. I don't know any of the bounty people's names. I don't know the Mandalorian's name and the his little thing he's got. I don't know his name either.
Nobody has names.
Nobody has names. So that bugs me a little bit because I don't know anybody's name.
It's I mean, that's kind of a flaw that you don't know any of these fucking characters in the TV show that you're watching. Like that's kind of a major thing.
Character you need to know is the Mandalorian, and we're kind of getting hints of it.
Well, I mean, Carl Weathers' character, we don't know his fucking name. He seems to be a recurring character. Like
that's what I'm saying. We don't know anybody's name.
Yeah.
You need to know as much about them. I kind of get a sense of Carl Weathers' character. He's a bounty dude.
I mean, I would like to know his name at least instead of just calling him Carl Weathers.
Just call him Carl.
I'll call him Apollo Creed.
There you go. Apollo. That's his name.
Apollo.
But I agree with you. I like the settings, and I really like the look of the stormtroopers. I don't know why, but like since this takes place after episode 6, so I like the look of they're all like skinny. And
yeah, they look kind of fucked up and dirty.
And like when you see them for the first time, you're kind of like, oh, you're like taken back a little bit, like, oh shit, they
yeah, that one shot when that door opens and you just see them and they look and they're all like dirty and gross. Like that looks fucking cool, man.
Like they don't look like clean and crisp like they normally do.
Yeah,
you can tell they've seen some shit.
It's a little weird that there are still stormtroopers because they were working with the Empire.
Yeah, and they kind of mentioned it in this newest episode. That
oh, did they? I must have missed that. Because I
kind of just mentioned that like they're kind of crime lords. They don't really serve the Empire. They're just kind of doing their own thing.
Oh, okay. So they're just like thugs. They're just like no-name thugs.
Which kind of makes sense. Like
cool.
you don't have the Empire anymore, so you're just doing whatever you can to make money. I guess.
I guess that's fair.
But I don't know if this I don't know if that pertains to this group, considering what they were after. This group might still have some sort of affiliation to the Empire. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not going to spoil, if people haven't seen it, the biggest spoil of the show so far
know.
of what the Mandalorian's after.
Are you talking about? This is fucking everywhere. Everyone knows what it is.
Some people may
It's
not
hashtagging.
know. Some people may not know.
It's fucking everywhere.
Some people may not
We're
know.
gonna have to talk about it at some point.
Will, but if we're keeping it spoiler friendly ish, then.
And I think one of the biggest issues I have so far with the show, and I don't know if it's gonna continue to stay like this, but I have no idea what the show is about. What is like the overall plot of the show?
I felt like the first 3 episodes were kind of like a mini series itself, and then like it ended, like the newest episode ended, and I'm just like, okay, where does it go from here?
I felt that too. I almost kind of felt like the 3rd episode should have been the 2nd episode, where it's like the 1st episode should have been him going to the place and finding what he needed to find and then returning it. And then the 2nd episode should have been him being like, oh, wait a minute. No, I kind of need that. And then going back and getting it. The 2nd episode we got kind of felt pointless because most of it's just him walking in the desert.
And I don't know why he went back. I still don't understand that reason.
I think it's going to have to do something with the plot, which if it is, it could be kind of cool because I was thinking about this as I was watching it. I was like, that would actually be kind of cool if they did this. I think the whole core of the show is going to be him kind of struggling with his like identity and his religion and like maybe questioning that and being like, oh, like I'm doing all this fucked up stuff, but since I'm not actually like a Mandalorian, I'm like a person and I feel things and that's conflicting with my job. So I'm just going to like do whatever. I think that might be like what they're going for with it. I don't know.
They keep mentioning that he hasn't taken his mask off. So I think it might end with he takes his mask off.
I hope the season doesn't end with that.
It might be because if you go that route of he's challenging his religion, maybe he quits it, and at the end he's like, okay. Like
I think that's something that should happen. I think like end season 2, because if he takes the mask off at the end of season 1, he's not the Mandalorian anymore. So then like the whole show needs to be just redone and retitled.
I don't know. And
I think we need to see him as this kind of stoic bounty hunter for at least a couple seasons, and then
I was gonna say I think it's already been renewed for a season 2, which
I think it has,
which makes sense. But I like the direction it's going so far.
I like the tone, and I like that the acting in it hasn't like pissed me off or anything. Some of the dialogue is a little weird. The way they're like explaining stuff is a little strange. The CG isn't great a lot of times.
I will agree. It's gotten better. The 3rd episode
definitely looked a lot better. But the 1st episode, I was like, those piranha leg looking things look disgusting.
I thought that there was a practical effect. That dude, the blue guy, the blue fish dude, he didn't look very good, I didn't think.
We didn't know because they just kind of slapped makeup on him and that was it.
He kind of looked like he couldn't like move very well, like underneath all the makeup and stuff. And I was like, this just looks weird. It
was very distracting. And that whole first that whole first episode's kind of awkward because it's like there's a scene where that blue guy goes down like in the Mandalorian ship and he just like presses a button and like opens all the guns and then he just presses it again and it closes everything. And I'm like, why did you do that?
I think he was looking around just trying to find.
Okay, why do we need to see that?
I don't know. Why did we have to see a toilet in Star Wars? That was weird.
I don't know.
John Favreau has a weird sense of humor, maybe.
I guess. It doesn't belong in Star Wars.
What else? Is there anything else non-spoiler wise you want to talk about? I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I've seen episode 1. It was a week ago, but
I think the length of the show is also kind of an issue. And I like shows that are like 20-30 minutes so I can just watch it and get out and like do whatever. But like it's sort of like Ash vs. Evil Dead was great because that show was 25 to 30 minutes an episode, but it knew exactly what to put in those episodes. It knew like, all right, you're here for blood and gore and violence and goofy shit. So here's that for 30 minutes. This show kind of feels like it doesn't know it's 30 minutes. So it's like, it's taking its sweet ass time to like get things going. And I'm like, that works if you're doing like a Netflix thing where you can binge it and each episode's like 50 minutes to an hour and you can have these slower moments with these characters while also having the, high tension action and all this stuff. But we have 30 minutes and 30 minutes goes by like that.
It does.
So, and we need to like because the season or episode 2, there's 10 minutes in episode 2 before there's even a single line of dialogue. Like that's insane.
It was kind of cool to see.
It's cool, but that's something that you do in an hour-long show.
That's very true. Episode 3 went by really fast, I thought.
It did, and it was the best episode.
It went by really quick because I remember I was watching it, and then I looked up at the clock, and I was like, "Oh shit, this episode's about to end," and then it ended.
Yeah, I went to pause it, and I looked at the thing. I was like, "Oh, shit, it's almost over."
Yeah, and I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "I was wanting to see what happened afterwards." So
yeah, episode 3 definitely got me like interested.
I'm excited to see episode 4. So
yeah,
I'm excited because I really they could go anywhere with this right now. Where episode 3 ended, it could go anywhere. I have no idea where it's gonna go.
They could.
You ready to get into spoilers and talk about the big spoiler?
Spoilers. Let's get into spoilers. If you haven't seen The Mandalorian, you just spoiled it.
Well, we just said we were getting into spoilers.
We're getting into spoilers. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you don't care about it, then why are you here?
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda. I hate that we're calling it Baby Yoda because it's not Baby Yoda.
It's not. Okay, let's clarify this before we start talking about it. It's called Baby Yoda because 1, it doesn't have a name, just like every other character in this fucking show. 2, we don't know Yoda's species, so we can't call him Baby whatever Yoda is.
Call him Baby Greenface or some shit.
We can just call him the baby. But
calling him Baby Yoda is misleading.
It's not Yoda. Everybody if anybody's questioning that, it's not Yoda.
It would be cool if it was. Like, it'd be cool if this was set like fucking like a long ass time ago and this was actually Yoda. That would have made that reveal a lot cooler, I think, personally. It was still cool to be like, oh shit, it's a Yoda baby.
But based on the timeline of when this takes place, this baby was alive when Yoda was alive. So because it's 50 years old. And
I guess so, yeah.
Like I said, I did the math. 50 years is about when episode 1 took place. So Yoda was alive when this thing was born. So people are always like, maybe this is Yoda's kid. I don't think it is. I don't think it has anything to do
with Yoda fucking?
Yodel. I don't know.
She's dead. Maybe she died in childbirth.
I don't know.
Maybe that's his son.
I don't think it is. I don't think you go that route. I don't think
Yoda Jr.
Even though spoilers, this baby can use the Force. It's done it before.
It can.
Which, how do you feel about that?
I thought that's kind of badass. Like when the Mandalorian is fighting that big rhino thing and he just kind of gives up. He's just like, I'm dead, fuck it. And he just holds his knife out and then the baby just like lifts his little hand up and he does the Force on the thing. I'm like, that's fucking pretty cool.
Little baby.
Little baby hand. And I love that like it's a puppet. It's an actual, well, sometimes it's a puppet. Sometimes it's
like the gremlin before it turns into a gremlin. What are they called?
The Mogwais. It does kind of look like a Mogwai a little bit.
It looks like it's freaking adorable though.
It is.
I never thought a baby Yoda would be cute, but it is.
It is. And I love that little like floaty like crib that it has.
And they got rid of it. It's gone now. Episode 3 got rid of it, but
it's in the fucking dumpster.
It kind of made sense because Yoda had a little
yeah, he had a little floaty thing too.
Little floaty chair.
So. A little floaty crib too.
When I first saw episode 1 and I saw the floaty chair, I'm like, is the baby making it float or is it just the chair that floats? So
I think it's just the chair that floats.
Because I always thought, I was like, maybe he does have the Force and he's making it float. And then it was confirmed in episode 2 that he can use the Force, but it wasn't. He's not using the chair.
And I thought there was one really awesome bit of like visual storytelling in episode 2 when the Mandalorian, like right after he got fucked up by that rhino thing, when he's just kind of chilling and he's like fixing his suit, and then the baby Yoda kind of like he gets out of his crib and he tries to come up and like heal his like scars or whatever. That whole scene, I was like, that's fucking really cool because the baby Yoda probably doesn't even he's probably aware of what he's doing, but he's probably not like 100% sure of what actually happened. But the Mandalorian has no idea what the fuck he's doing, so he keeps picking him up and putting him back in the crib. But then the baby Yoda keeps getting out and trying to help him, and he's just like, "Fuck, like stop." Because I thought that was a cool, I thought that was like a cool little like character thing.
Do you think this baby will speak by the end of the season?
I don't know. Are we gonna is the whole season just gonna be him with this baby thing?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know where it's going after this. I thought it may actually end with the episode 3 with he doesn't get the baby back, like it dies or something.
Yeah, I thought when he was sending it off, I thought it was like that's the last we're gonna see it, and he's gonna like regret it and feel guilty about it, and he's gonna have to live with that. And I think that could have been interesting.
But I kind of like that they kept the baby because I kind of want to see what happens with the baby.
I want to see what happens with it too. Is he gonna go take him to like the first Jedi temple, and he's gonna become like a mega Jedi man.
Shit, are we gonna see like a weird body double of Luke? Maybe like he takes it to Luke's Jedi temple.
Oh my god, Luke has a Yoda baby in Episode 8.
Maybe
That's why he's so grumpy, because he's taking care of his fucking baby.
But I don't even know if the Mandalorian knows of the Jedi. You know, I don't know if they're that big of a thing, because this is after episode 6, where the only one is Luke. So if you don't know who Luke is,
I mean, he's aware of this race.
yeah, but does he know that they still exist? Is the thing.
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't think anyone thinks the Jedi still exist, but I'm sure they know about the Jedi.
I was gonna say people know from episode 1, 2, and 3 because there used to be a lot of them. But then after that, does anybody know that they still exist? Because
I'm sure it's like a myth thing. Like it's probably like a legend. All Jedis and blah blah. I'm sure there's some knowledge of it, but
depending on his age, the Mandalorian's age, he may not even been born when the
probably
Jedi
not.
were around, so he may not even know what the Force is and how it works.
Probably not.
He may
that's yeah. I don't think he does, because when the little baby Yoda lifted that thing, he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, so like I don't know if he exactly knows what the baby is.
Probably not.
So I don't know where he's going with it, because episode 3 ends with him flying away with the baby. And Carl Weathers survived his little gunshot thing, which I thought
was a little bullshit, but at the same time, I was like, you can't kill Carl Weathers.
I was kind of hoping they did. I was like, man, episode 3, like you just kill them all.
You're killing fucking Apollo Creed. Fucking you're killing him again. Like, Jesus.
I was gonna give him props, but then it's
like, nope.
As soon as he started getting up, I was like, he's still got that shit in his pocket.
Yeah.
And then he pulled it out. I was like, you fucker. But this was also weird. Why in episode 3, why did all the other Mandalorians just show up? What was up with that?
That was weird too. I didn't understand that really.
Because I thought like they all kind of like competed against each other. They didn't really help out. So
that's what it seemed like.
I don't know what was going on there.
I don't know. Did they even know that he was gonna go back and get the baby?
Yeah. So I have no idea. I don't know.
That was weird.
I was confused by that. And then I asked Dylan, because me and Dylan watched episode 2 together. I was like, why doesn't he have a jetpack?
Yeah, I wondered that as well, because at the end, everyone else has a jetpack. And then he looks at him, he's like, oh, I gotta give me one of those. Why don't you have one?
I was like, do you have to like earn it? Like, is there something you have to
It might have to be like an earned thing.
And I thought the whole season he was just gonna start getting little bits of his armor.
I mean, that seems like it's what's gonna be. He keeps getting like new pieces of armor.
He got the whole thing now, doesn't
he? Got his armor got fucked up. He got a new thing.
But he has all of it now, doesn't he? From episode 3.
I mean, he doesn't have the little like hook thing on his helmet and the
do you need
the jetpacks and stuff? I don't know. What is that thing?
I don't know.
Some of them have them, some of them don't. Like, I don't know.
Sure, it's just like a radio antenna, I guess.
Maybe he needs that radio antenna.
He has a more futuristic helmet that doesn't need one. I don't know. But
I like how he looks too. I like the design of the Mandalorian. I think he looks badass.
He's got his new armor that he has right now. He looks amazing.
He looks fucking badass.
He walked into that little bar thing. I was like, damn, that's sexy right there. That's sexy.
Well, I didn't say that.
That's what I said.
But I was like, he looks pretty fucking cool.
I'm glad they are using stuff from episode 2. Like he's got the flamethrower and the little grapple.
Yeah.
Which Boba Fett didn't use in 4, 5, and 6. So those are from the prequels.
So he's Jango Fett.
I don't know that, but they're using things.
He's alive.
And people are always saying, is Boba technically a Mandalorian? Is he?
Is Jango technically a Mandalorian?
I think Jango might be, because he may have actually been, because to be a Mandalorian, you have to grow up with that like society.
Well, I mean, technically he would, like, that's like saying, if are you Italian if you're born in America, but you have like Italian roots? Like, yeah, you're still technically Italian. But
you're American.
But you're an Italian American. You're not from Italy, but you're still technically Italian.
I don't know if Boba's technically a Mandalorian.
So, like, technically, yeah, he's a clone of Jango, and Jango's a Mandalorian. So technically, but he may not like subscribe to the whole religion bullshit or whatever. But technically,
I don't know. I still have no idea why the other ones showed up in episode 3. I don't know.
I don't know either. It might be explained in the next one, but
maybe it could have been just a cop out too. Who knows?
Could have been a dream.
A dream. How'd you feel about his little like wristband thing he got in the third one?
That was a little bit of a cop out, because that whole action scene I really loved, and I loved how he like used his gun. It was very outlaw, like cowboy western. The way he would just like fling it out and just fucking like shoot people. I was like, this is so cool. This is exactly this is the Star Wars movie that I have always wanted to make, where it's just like a bounty hunter just going into some place, wrecking shit, being like a badass like cowboy. This is it. And we got it, and it was cool. And then he gets that little thing and he just takes him out. And I was like, that's cool, but it's a little bit of cop out. It's a little cop out.
I didn't think they were going to show what it did in this episode because they kind of like
no, because they say like, oh, you only have like 5 of these, and he uses like half of them.
I was
like, all right,
so you already used them. And then we actually saw the droids. We finally saw them in this episode.
That was interesting because we haven't seen those fucking droids since the prequels.
Yes, and I told you that they were in this show, and I was like, where are they going to show up? I was wondering where they were.
Where have they been on all this time though?
See, when does that little flashback take place? Does that take place during the prequels?
He can't be that old.
Like if it's episode 3, that's only like 30, 40 years ago at this
He
point.
can't. There's no way he's 40.
He might be. You never know.
I'd say he may be like 30.
Because Luke, how old is Luke at the end of episode 6? 24 ish.
The end of episode 6?
Yeah.
I don't know. The timeline of Star Wars is weird because we don't necessarily know exactly.
I know
when things line up.
I know episode 4 he's around 20 ish. So that's
probably
20 years from episode 3 because he was born in episode 3. So at the end of episode 6, I want to say he's probably 24, 25. And then this takes place maybe a year after 6. So it's probably only been 27, 28 years since episode 3. So he might have been born around episode 3.
He could have been.
So those droids could be from the prequels.
Maybe that's a good point. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out because I thought that was really interesting when it showed it. And I was like, oh, that's one of those big like super droid things.
Yeah.
I was like, that's interesting.
I'm glad they actually acknowledge that they exist in this universe.
Yeah.
Because, like, 4, 5, and 6 obviously didn't have them because they were made before those movies. But then 7, 8, and 9 don't mention them either. So, or I don't know if 9 does, but
they probably won't because fuck the droids.
Fuck the droids.
I think it'd be really interesting though and this would fix a lot of complaints that I have with the new trilogy. If the Mandalorian kind of maybe we see like a little bit of like, oh, here's how the First Order came to be, and here's like not the main plot, but like in the background, maybe they're like talking about the First Order and like, hey, did you hear about this like new uprising that like there's a new empire in town and whatever? Because I think in the 3rd episode, don't they mention that there's a new Death Star?
I thought I heard that too, but I was like, maybe I didn't hear that right.
Because like maybe that's Starkiller Base. Like that's kind of cool.
Because I thought I heard that, and I was like, maybe I didn't hear that.
I heard it.
Maybe I did hear it. But I was gonna ask you, since this ends really close to when episode 9 comes out, do you think it's gonna tie into 9 at all? This show?
I hope not. Don't tie it into 9. Leave it alone.
Like sets up anything. Like, do you think if that baby is through the whole show, it like shows up at 9 or something?
No, don't fight. No, I don't want to see that Yoda baby show up at 9 and be like, oh, hey, remember me? I'm all grown up now.
Look, I'm Yoda, bitch.
I'm Yoda. I'm just Yoda again.
I'm just Yoda again.
Because we're all the fucking same. Fuck, maybe it's a reincarnated Yoda.
It can't be reincarnated if it was alive when Yoda was alive.
That's true. But maybe he's just that powerful in the Force.
He made another.
Make his own self. Like,
maybe
save that for later.
Maybe he's like a plant and like he buds and like a little bud came off of him and grew and it's
maybe. We don't know shit about Yoda's race. Fucking anything's possible.
Anything's possible. He ate a frog or whatever it was that baby did.
He did. Now it's fucked up. Take that out of your mouth or whatever he said. He that baby just said, fuck you, I'm eating this fucking frog.
That was kind of funny because they both just stared at him and just like,
yeah, they both just looked at him like, god damn it.
This fucking baby. Well, that's all I have to say because there's only been 3 episodes. So
yeah, I think if the first 2 episodes had the same energy that the 3rd episode had, I probably would have been more like into it. Because the first 2 episodes, I was like, this isn't really doing it for me. There's not a whole lot happening. The CG isn't good. There's these weird like piranha leg creatures that look awful. And why are we even like riding? You have a spaceship. Get in your fucking spaceship and go fly over there. Why do you need this? And then there's that weird Taika Waititi droid that dies in like 5 minutes. And it's like, it was just a bunch of weird stuff. And then the 3rd episode was really when we started, like, we got the cool action scene with him being a cowboy and like all this stuff. And we're actually like starting to get into the plot. And I enjoyed that. And I think that's what the first episode should have been.
Do you think they'll continue this way? You think it'll go back to slow and then build up to another?
I hope it speeds up. We've had so many slow moments already. Build it up. Like, if we only have 8 episodes, we're almost halfway through the fucking show, and we have no idea what the show is about.
I don't know, but I forgot to mention this when we were talking about the Baby Yoda. Have you seen the cartoon movie of Star Wars, the Star Wars Clone Wars movie?
I haven't.
Okay, well, the plot of that movie is
isn't that movie just like 3 episodes like put together?
I have no idea. It could be, but the plot of that movie is that Anakin finds a baby Jabba the Hutt, and he has to return it to Jabba. And I was like, when I saw that in the Mandalorian, I saw the baby. I was like, is that a fucking baby Jabba?
We're just gonna remake the Clone Wars. He's got to return it to Jabba.
Fine. That would
have been fun.
I was like,
pretty fun.
They're doing it. They're pulling a baby Jabba. And I saw it was a Yoda. I was like, oh shit!
Should have been a baby Max Rebo.
No, fuck you. It's no Max Rebos in Star Wars.
There is one.
They're gonna edit him out of episode 6.
They're not gonna do that.
He won't exist anymore.
Did you see that they added a new line in A New Hope when Greedo shows up to Han or whatever?
Yes, I saw that. Why are they
fucking stupid?
I don't fucking know. Yes, I did see that. But Mandalorian, good so far.
It's okay. I think it definitely could be better, and I hope it does get better because I don't want to waste 8 weeks watching this fucking show and then it just kind of ends.
I mean, you're only wasting 30 minutes out of the week. It's not like it's that big a waste.
It's 30 minutes that I could be like watching Batman Beyond or some shit.
Oh my gosh,
I could be doing something else.
In a week, you'll be done with that anyways.
I'm almost done with it now.
I was gonna say, so there you go.
But still, I could be like doing some other stuff. But it's fine. I like the score. I think the tone of it is like perfect. I love how it's like because it's not overly goofy. Because I was really worried that like I don't want this to have like a sense of humor to it. I want this to be like a serious, real show.
I haven't seen it been goofy at all. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, there's been like a couple moments like when the Yoda baby like ate the frog and whatever. But like for the most part, it's been pretty like
really goofy. That's just kind
serious.
Of showing that the baby eats. I guess
it was a little chuckle moment.
How does the Mandalorian eat if he can't take his mask?
He just like slides it up his face.
He has a straw.
He probably has a blender on that ship, and he puts it in the blender, and then the straw up his mask.
I'd say he just sucks it out of the straw.
Probably.
It seems like a crappy way to eat your food.
Or I mean, like I know it's part of his religion, but like just take the fucking mask off when you eat.
There's nobody around. Just take it off.
There's nobody around. Like, how do you poop? Do you just not take that whole armor off? Like, you just hold it for 50 years? Like, Jesus.
He's allowed to take the armor off, but he can't take the helmet off. So, like, when he goes to bed, he just sleeps naked. But
he takes a shower and he's completely naked, but he's got the helmet on.
Yeah,
it's retarded.
That
would be something that like that should be an episode.
There's a spoof right there.
That's spoof.
All right. Anything else you want to say about the Mandalorian before we wrap it up?
No, that's it. If you have Disney Plus and you like Star Wars, go check it out. Hasn't made me want to kill myself yet, so I'll keep watching it.
If you want, just take somebody else's Disney Plus and watch it on their account.
That's what I'm doing.
That's what Wade does. So, all right, that's the end of the Mandalorian review, I guess.
That's the end.
Don't you agree?